Hi, I'm Shayna.
And I'm Tracey, and we are the creators of The Pump and Dump Show. We are moms, but we were women first. And in this podcast, we explore what it's like to be a woman who also happens to be a mom.
Before we were moms, we were women. Before we were moms, we were chillin'. We were pumping and dumping. We're talking about something. This is the Pump and Dump Podcast.
Welcome
We're rolling,
back.
breeders.
We're rolling.
Welcome back to the Pump and Dump Podcast.
Pump and Dump Podcast.
This is episode 26.
Woot woot.
So we thought we would go back and kind of recap the last 25 episodes. We've had so many great guests and we've had so much fun doing this, and we've learned a lot, and you and I have had discussions offline about our podcast episodes, and I'm assuming many of you have had the same. So we just kind of wanted to go back through some of them and point out things that we've started to implement or thoughts we've had post podcast.
Yeah, we might not go through all 25.
No, we're not. We're definitely
they're
not
like
going there.
we're logging off right now.
They're like, it's a 4.5 hour episode. No, just a few highlights of things that we've started implementing in our own lives,
Yeah.
or
Things we've thought about since we did
Yeah.
the episodes, things we've learned, products we love,
mm-hmm.
that we can share with you guys again and such.
and things that our experts have, our
Educated
special
us.
guests have told us, educated us. Yeah.
Yeah. So let's start with our very, very first episode.
So please stop saying self-care. So you guys know Shay and I have very strong opinions about hashtag self-care, especially if you've listened to the episode. We just think it's a little overplayed.
It is. And the best way, to be completely honest, even after that episode, Tracey and I have implemented what others would call hashtag self-care into our lives.
Absolutely.
I think generally, I don't know if it happened I don't know if it was because of the podcast, but I think something in the last 6 months for us has really helped us.
It's called exhaustion.
Yeah, we've really focused on
Taking care of ourselves.
Not hashtag self-care.
Not freaking self-care.
But-
Hashtag self-care.
The reason that we started with that episode and the reason that we feel so strongly is kind of told in this meme that we found recently that we were not able to share with you in that episode because we just found it.
Yeah,
but
we
it kind of explains.
Yeah, like we just found it and I was like, oh my gosh, this is what we've been trying to say.
Yeah.
It's more of the concept of self-care, hashtagging self-care, rather than the implementation. Anyway, here's what this meme says. It's by @ImanEurope on Twitter. She says, don't let this tainted, quote, self-love trend have you 50 and alone because you walked away from everything that didn't serve you instead of learning conflict resolution. I'm going to read that one more time.
Please read that again.
Iman says, don't let this tainted, quote, self-love trend have you 50 and alone because you walked away from everything that, quote, didn't serve you instead of learning conflict resolution. Boom.
Boom. I think that it's what drives us the most crazy is when self-care is because you
Can't fucking deal.
can't deal.
And it's, yeah.
Life's about dealing.
You have to face it. You gotta, sometimes you're not gonna have good days. Sometimes shit's gonna be hard. Sometimes people aren't gonna serve you the way you want them to, and they're gonna make you mad
Life's
and make
not
you
gonna
sad.
serve you.
No, and you gotta own it. You can't just walk away from it all. You can't, and I have been letting go of things that don't serve me, but not people for the most part. Like you have to.
or responsibilities.
You have to own, you have to be an adult.
Well, and so somebody told me once, years ago, that life is about shit being thrown at you. Just imagine like shit being thrown at your face all day long. And the way to get through life is by figuring out how to deal with that shit. And I don't know if that's a very like positive way to look at the world.
I don't love that analogy.
But I always think about it because I'm like, gosh, I guess it really is like, how do you deflect the shit? How do you hold your head high and wipe the shit off?
Yeah.
Life's not easy, man.
Well, that makes me think of what I always tell my probably very OCD anal daughter who gets panic if like messes are made or something, or her hands get messy. And I said,
Yeah.
you can always clean up a mess. You can always clean it up.
Yeah.
You know, something falls on the ground, shit gets thrown at your face. You can always wash it off. And maybe that's like a better,
That's a more positive.
it's a little more glass half full.
I remember I was like 22 when this person told me
It's a
that.
great way to start your adult years.
Yeah, but it made so much sense to me.
So that's what we mean by please stop saying self-care, because of course you should go get your toenails done, but not at the expense of other stuff in real life that needs to actually get done. If you just can't deal, sometimes it does help to take a break, and that's what Sarah said, or take a deep breath or take care of yourself. But other times when you just can't deal, you got to push through it.
That's our philosophy.
Right, because we don't want you to be 50 and alone.
Sure. And that means many different things. You can be 50 and single and in total control of your life.
Of course.
But you also, you know, you don't want to be a lonely, miserable person because nothing served you.
Right. And I think conflict resolution there was the key. I mean, you really do have to kind of.
I mean, if for 1 second you guys think my children serve me.
To that point, my dogs don't even serve me.
Does anybody fucking serve me?
Taco Bell. Taco Bell serves me.
Yeah, man.
Hashtag self-care.
I had a Taco Bell moment last week where I just like was so hungry and so busy and was like, that's it. I'm going through the Taco Bell drive-through. But it was one of those where I also had to go to the grocery store. So I sat alone in my car eating Taco Bell in the grocery store parking lot. Y'all had that moment in your life?
Well, I haven't even told you, because you guys know we record this in Shayna's house. And, you know, we get up, take the kids to school, I come here, and then it's right to work. And then all of a sudden it's like 1:30 and neither one of us have had like a shred of food. Mm-hmm. And then I got to drive back home and do the rest of the afternoon. So I've been stopping at Taco Bell.
You have.
And getting one burrito.
What, like the beefy 5-layer?
You know I don't eat Taco Bell beef. I only ever eat
That's all I want.
3 things from Taco Bell. 7-layer burrito, no tomatoes. Guacamole tostada, no tomatoes. And a bean burrito, no onions. Listen, so I get the 7-layer burrito, no tomatoes with the fire sauce, and I eat it alone in my car driving down I-25.
Oh. Look, if it doesn't look like a dirty diaper, it's not worth getting from Taco Bell.
You know what? You guys know I don't eat a lot of meat, generally speaking. But honestly, I probably don't even have a problem with Taco Bell meat, because I know in my heart it's actually not meat.
Yeah.
Whatever
filler.
Whatever it was, if it was meat prior, it's been meated out. So there's probably like no hormones or anything that I need to be worried about. Just chemicals.
Next time, take a picture of yourself eating Taco Bell alone in your car and hashtag self-care.
This is my conflict resolution. I'm hungry. I'm eating a Taco Bell burrito.
That's right.
It's like the only thing that's from your house to my house. It's quick.
Oh, man. Yeah.
Anyway.
Wow. Okay.
All right. Next episode, airing our dirty laundry. That was a fun round table that we had with a couple friends.
Oh, yeah. I learned a lot from that one.
I learned a lot from that one.
Mainly that I'll never be Serena. But she gave me some tips that we implemented into our house. And I don't know if anybody else did. We'd love to hear your feedback. But so my kids, we just never really did a lot of family dinners. Mm-hmm. And so I started with Serena's philosophy, which was, make dinner, but then also put on the table like something they'll eat that's healthy, like we do cut up cucumbers and some avocado or carrots or something. And so we're like, here's your meal. And if you don't want to eat it, I know that you'll eat this, so you're not going to bed starving. But you also aren't going to, this is it. This is your choice. And you guys, it totally works. I mean, it's crazy. It sounded to me like jumping off a building.
Yeah. No, you've really crushed it. I mean, you really turned a corner. You're doing great.
Yeah. And so we're just kind of like, this is your dinner. It's not every single night, but we do it way more than we used to. Yeah. And we've outlawed buttery noodles in our house too, which is a whole big thing.
Sure. Because that's
all they would eat.
Yeah, exactly.
So yeah, Serena totally knocked it out of the park with her just kind of eat this or not philosophy, and I'm into it.
Yeah, and then I like her weekly thing, because I feel like if you don't know what to cook, lately I've been in kind of one of those, I know it's because we've been busy, but also I just haven't known what to make for dinner. Do you ever go through phases like that?
I never know what to make for dinner.
But so she says, meatless Mondays, taco Tuesdays.
You lost me on meatless Monday.
Meatless Monday, taco Tuesday, something on Wednesday.
Why am I doing this Wednesday?
Or maybe it was like maybe that's when they do takeout. And then she did or then it was Thursday, pasta on Thursday, fish on Friday,
Well, I don't know.
or maybe it's fish on Wednesday and then pizza on Friday.
But
or
you
something.
you hold to the rules?
No, it just it's a nice default if I'm struggling, then
Yeah.
I'll just, instead of like trying to keep it so varied,
Yeah.
I'll just go back to that day of the week and just say, okay, I'm just going to make tacos and everyone can deal.
Right.
Um,
Yeah.
which is nice. Or nachos. I'm a big fan of dinner nachos. That's been a new family thing.
Yeah, that's a fun idea.
What's the diff? I mean, it's the same, but there's just something really decadent about piling a big old plate of nachos. But I fill it with like, I cut up a bunch of different vegetables. You can sneak like radishes in there and good lettuce and I don't know, different. And then everyone eats nachos for dinner. That's
pretty
my
good. Yeah, we
my brain dead.
my newest discovery, since my kids really they like chicken. That's kind of the only meat that they're really into. Although when I do like an instant pot, like beef stew or something, they're pretty good about like the softer meats. But my new thing is buying one of those packages of like the organic tiki masala simmering sauce.
Oh gosh, that stuff is the best.
It's so good because it's not too spicy. I can add spice to
Mhm.
mine. But then you just cut up the chicken and put that sauce in with some vegetables, and they like it way more than they like the stir fry.
My daughter does not like stir fry. Also, I suck at making stir fry.
Yeah,
I
it's
cannot
kind of too
make
elaborate
good
for
stir
me.
fry.
I just like to put everything in one.
There's a really good simmer sauce at Trader Joe's. It's like a green curry one
Uh-huh.
that's delicious.
Well, there we go.
And
That's
I don't
just
even
such an
use chicken half the
easy-
time. I just dump a bunch of frozen vegetables in it.
Yeah,
I know you would never do that. And garbanzo beans, and then
so that's the key.
Yeah.
Actually, is the chickpeas
It really-
because it really like makes it
Anchors
nice
it.
and hearty.
yeah,
Yeah, they're super into it. So just a little tip, you guys.
tikka masala simmering sauces.
Tikka masala simmering sauces.
Yeah, those are good.
They are.
Also, I will say from the Dirty Laundry episode, I now only call my cozy clothes my quitters, thanks to Courtney.
Your cozy shoes.
No, she just changes into her quitters. She changed, like, they're all her quitters. Like,
Oh,
even
I thought
her-
it was just her slippers.
No, I thought it was like her whole outfit.
Oh, I'm gonna confirm because that's really funny. I just thought it was the shoes.
Because that was the whole point. Is we talked about how we were all sitting around in totally comfortable clothes, and then we changed into even more comfortable clothes.
Right,
at a
we get out
certain
of our
point,
workout clothes into like
Sloth
loungier
clothes.
pants.
and they're your quitters. That's
Oh,
your
that's so funny.
quitters.
I'm gonna have to confirm. We'll let you know
Okay.
next episode. I'm pretty sure it's just the
or
shoes.
let us know if we're wrong, if you guys remember.
Oh, that's so awesome.
Yeah, that was a fun episode.
Yeah,
though.
we do call them quitters now too.
Yeah. Moving on. Please explain makeup with Caitlin Simpkins. Oh my gosh, that was a game changer one. We both had some big. She gave us some great tips.
She did.
I would say for me, the number one thing I do now is I just dip my finger in my bronzer and put it on my eyelids. And I just look so much more finished with my bronzer eyeshadow. I love it so much.
Do you, I've never. I won't finger my eyeshadow.
Neither will I, but I will swab my eyeshadow. You won't do that?
I do. I'll take my bigger brush and take bronzer and I'll put it all, like on my cheeks and my eyelids that way with a brush, but I
Oh.
won't finger because I feel like I can't ever get it like even on both sides. Like I'm a brush
that's why I
person.
couldn't do it. That's why I like it I feel like I have so much more control with my finger.
Oh,
Now I only want to finger my eyelids.
that's what he said.
I know. That was a good one. I do like that. And then I've started filling in my eyebrows more, even
Mhm.
just more. Not today. I have zero. I got nothing for you today.
We look really good right
We
now.
look
You should see us
delightful
in our quitters.
quitters. But even if I'm trying to be better about pulling myself together, a la you, because you put your mascara on and stuff.
Yeah, the problem here's the thing. I really want to do one of those like Latisses or something, so I don't,
Yeah,
or like eyelash tint
we
or
bo-
something.
Yeah, or extensions.
Because I hate putting on mascara, and I hate
No.
that I'm like a raccoon after a shower. Like I can never get it all off, no matter how. It's like a 6-time process removal of mascara for me, and yet I feel like I need it, or I
Yeah.
look like I don't have any eyelashes.
Yeah, we still haven't done the castor oil on our eyelashes. That's another thing we talked about with Caitlin to grow them longer, but I do want to try it.
Yeah,
It's not on your lashes. You put it on the top of your eyelids. I did read about it a little bit more, but I haven't implemented.
Well, the problem is that you have to remember to do it. And like the last thing you're usually doing before bed is like scrolling through your phone or reading. And so like even when I tried that Peter Thomas Roth serum, like I would put it on and then just be like, oh, ow, it's stinging. I can't see. Like you literally have to put it on right before you go to sleep.
Yeah, because castor oil is so sticky too. So I
Yeah.
think it would drive me nuts, which is why I haven't done it. And you've done really well with the concealer under your eyes. You nailed that suggestion that she said.
Well, no, actually what happened was I figured something out. I asked her about it and she said that it didn't work, but I disagree. So I've ruined everything. So here's my thing. I take the Shape Tape concealer from Tarte and I draw triangles. This is for shows. This is not a daily. This is not a daily
for
thing.
pickup.
This is for when we are trying to
Pull ourselves
present
together.
ourselves.
In a way that won't offend you.
Sure. So I draw a triangle, point down under my eyes with it. And then I let it dry for a little bit. Because remember, she did say that it oxidizes.
Yeah.
So it gets just like a little bit thicker and a little bit easier to blend when I let it sit for a minute. I kind of do my eyebrows while I'm letting it sit. And then I take like a almost like my powder foundation brush and just kind of blend it under there, and it works really well for me. She was like, don't do that. She said we have to blend it while it's wet.
She did?
Yeah, which is what works for you because you tried my drying
I tried
thing
it. It
the
was
other
a
day and it didn't work.
disaster. No.
I really like it. It's weird. It's like it totally works for
It
me.
totally works for you.
Yeah.
And then I know she said to do your makeup in the car, which is genius because of all the natural light.
Mm-hmm.
I can't get myself together to pack up everything and bring it in my car, but I have started putting on my lipstick in the car and then kind of doing like a double check.
Oh, I just check for like random hairs in the car.
Oh, I've got a good one on my chin right now. I got to pull.
Oh,
So I have this hair
no,
on the
you're
side
gonna
of my
talk
chin.
about it.
I am. Someone out there is going to appreciate it. So actually, my sister and I both have a hair on the side of our chin, and we've had it for years. Like, I mean, since our early 20s. And it's so satisfying to pull it out. And sometimes we'll take pictures of it and send it to each other yes, because it's so satisfying. Or we'll just be like, I pulled the hair, like, because we love it so much. And I have it now. It's just getting to the place where it's going to be like
you're
a great
totally
pull.
creeping me out.
But
right
you
now.
then you have one and you like cried for days.
So mine I like have this one random one but when it appeared, like I'm not okay with it. Like it,
At all.
it
You
really,
weren't okay
really
with it at
upsets me
all.
still. I'm constantly checking for it.
Oh, it's totally my little friend. It's over here on the left side
You're
of my chin, and I'm
you've
super into
embraced
it.
it. I cannot embrace it.
I'm gonna post a picture, you guys,
But
when I pull it.
I do think, and this is a good tip for everybody, you just keep some tweezers in your car.
That is so smart.
Because like you always notice eyebrows or something out of whack with that natural light. Don't do it at like, while you're driving at like a stoplight, but definitely if you notice it, the worst thing to do, and I've been in this situation, is to be like, oh my God, I have no way to get this off of me. And I've like walked into the kids' school like with my long hair kind of like covering my face because I'm so self-conscious. Nobody would ever notice it, but
shared beds with you recently, and I have never seen any sort of hair on your. Have you seen my friend? Do you see it ever?
I've never seen it. I've never seen it, but now I'm definitely not going to look.
I love it.
Also, if you guys do not know what tinkle razors are, I don't know if we talked about this with Caitlin or not on that episode, but we should tell you because I feel like it's this thing like
no,
nobody
you
talks
should
about.
tell. I don't. I
She's
can't
not
get
done
behind
it.
tinkle.
Tinkle razors
Mainly because of the name.
They're like these. They're probably made in China. You order them on Amazon. They're eyebrow razors. Okay, so look them up on Amazon. Just look up tinkle razors. Tinkle. And we found out about it through some friends who worked at Awestruck when we were doing our series with them. And everybody swore by it. And so basically
Kate started.
Kate did it before us.
Oh, she okay.
I hope she's all right with us telling the world that. And so what, your peach fuzz and stuff and like your first layer of skin that's kind of dull, you just like once every week, once every 2 weeks when you get out of the shower, you just use the tinkle razor on your whole face, ladies. You just do it. And there goes any mustache. There goes any random hairs. There goes all your peach fuzz and the entire like top layer of your skin just gets exfoliated. And I am obsessed. I love it. It's like $12
for a big bag.
for like a huge amount of them. And then like when we're traveling and stuff, and I'm just like, oh gosh, I'm just not feeling as fresh. Or as like as fresh.
Gross.
I didn't mean that. Oh gosh, I'm not feeling as exfoliated or bright or glowy as usual. Like you can just tinkle raise your face and tinkle raise your face. And honestly, I don't think women talk about it enough. That
Talk about what?
like face hair removal.
Oh,
like how many
I'm
girlfriends?
I'm very open about my.
No, but like how many girlfriends are you out with, like at a coffee shop? Because all the leisurely time that we have just spending.
That's a zero.
Days
That's a
at
big
the
fat zero for me.
But then you can as we get older too, you got a lot of peach fuzz.
Do you? Do I have peach
People
fuzz? Do I need
do.
to tinkle? Do you notice it?
Look, you have peach fuzz. That's not,
I did ask Tanisha about it if it was okay, because I feel like something like that. My whole thing is you get addicted to it, which you are.
Why? What do you mean addicted?
Well, like then you can't not tinkle razor your
it's
face.
not like a man. I'm not like a man without it.
And it doesn't grow back thicker, which is another
No.
key point. And I just thought maybe it was too abrasive on your skin, but she said if you do it too much, it's bad for your skin because you don't want to always be shaving off your top derm layer.
Mm-hmm.
But she said it was fine.
Yeah, try it out. If you've ever been self-conscious and you were like, how do I afford laser hair removal on my face, or whatever, if you don't want to thread, which sounds like fucking torture.
Do you tinkle razor your eyebrows? I do not
do.
trust myself to have that
just underneath, just like when I can't
I could do that.
like
I should do that.
get all the pluckies. You should not do that.
You're
You
right.
are the clumsiest. You'll be at the next Bum and Up show with half an
no
eyebrow, like an 80s
You're
rapper.
Right. You're right. You know what? You're right when you're right. You could do it to me.
Sure.
I'm not going to. I'm just going to go get them waxed.
Anyway, you should know this. You should know about it. We kind of mention it in the show, and it's sometimes we get a little like, woo, from like 3 or 4 people who know about it.
Shayna and Kate are on a tinkle razor mission, but
Yeah.
I support you.
Right.
Okay, next episode. Essential oils. That was a big one. We were just talking about this. You and I both use them sort of for different reasons.
Correct.
How do you use your oils?
I use my oils recreationally. Look, I love the smell of certain scents. I take baths with them. I have a little diffuser that I just use kind of instead of lighting a candle, like I would light a candle in the house. And then if I'm sick or need some sort of like relief in that sense, I'll rub it on me. However, I was talking to our director, Kristen, and we were talking about money because we just did a money episode. We were talking about like money flow. And she told me this really great story about how she had this like aversion to money and the whole idea, and then like forced herself to buy this oil that she found in this like store that was called Money. It was like
The oil was called Money, not the store.
Oil. Yeah, sorry.
It's an awesome name for a store, though.
Money, 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 money. And so I came across one that was called Abundance, and I bought it and I've been putting it on. But that's basically because emotionally I'm trying to really like get into a good place with money.
Sure.
And so I'm using it like emotionally in that sense. I've been using it when I remember.
Yeah. Or when it smells on the plane, which was, we had
Oh.
a farter last time we were flying.
That
It
was so bad.
rancid. Oof.
But we've also been yelled at on an airplane before for using essential oils.
Just one really verifiably crazy flight attendant.
Yeah, she wasn't. The
I mean, she was a
nicest.
little, and she was like kind of cray.
Yeah.
She also said people got high from eucalyptus. I mean, she did not know what she was talking about. You cannot get high from eucalyptus oil, like at all. So, I mean, I took that one with a grain of salt.
Sure.
Okay, so you do. So yeah, there's a debate on whether essential oils work for emotional support, which is the idea that certain oils, certain plants help you release or tap into certain emotions and either ground you. If you're sad, help you feel happier. And I kind of skirted around it for a long time, but I'm kind of into it. But is it the idea that it's a placebo and it's just an activity that you're doing that allows you to get past whatever hump you're,
I think there's truth to the fact that certain olfactory responses cause good emotional responses.
Yeah, I
mean,
can't
it's-
remember the stat, but it's one of the number one ways to counteract emotions is through your sense of smell.
Sure. I mean, so there's something very valid and like you walk into a house that has a nice scent, or you walk into the house and somebody's cooking dinner and you have like an emotional, so, I absolutely get, and do use them for a nice little pop of like,
Mhm.
oh, this smells nice. And I like it. It's the same reason why people wear perfume, even though I'll tell
So
y'all my
bad for you.
opinion right now. Well, outside of the fact that it's bad for you, I think wearing perfume in any sort of work environment is very rude. This is my
Wow, those are
opinion.
fighting words.
They are, and people are going to be mad at me. I think that perfume, and even like if I was to wear strong oils, I wouldn't do it in like a work environment. I-
You're like the only human on the planet that thinks that way.
That can't be true
Yeah, but so many people wear.
because they don't smell themselves after a while. You can't
Yeah.
smell yourself, but it is very it's rude, which
Okay.
is why I get self-conscious on airplanes when we use oils. Really, it takes a farter for us to get out the oils.
And my thought is, sure, there's the farters, but then there's people that are bringing on tuna and Indian food and fried rice bowls and any number of abhorrent, offensive smells onto a plane. And I can't think that my lavender oil is is the thing that's going to tip everyone over the edge.
Sure, I can see your point.
But you know how I feel about eating on planes anyway. I think it's very strange.
Them's fighting words.
Everyone's facing forward and just doing the same thing at the same time, and it freaks me out. I don't like it.
There's a comedian who at this show in New York once said that eating a sandwich on the subway is the same. You get the same feeling afterwards from just watching porn. So it's like
Dirty and
yeah, you're
shameful.
just like yeah, exactly. Like I always think about it. So it's like you eat this.
You had to
eat
do
this
it. You
Sandwich, you
needed
had to
it
do it,
so
and then
bad.
afterwards you just feel like you just watched a porn clip.
Oh, gross. Yeah, but I will say for oils, I will say like lately I've been craving sandalwood, like craving it. And then I put it on and I'm just like, ugh. So there must be something in it that's calming me down in a way that like speaks to whatever I need inside me, which I think is an interesting, it's an interesting thing about oils.
Yeah. Well, you're an oil user.
I am an oil user. Yeah, I am. The emotional stuff, I guess I do. I just use them all the time. I will say my new thing is I put frankincense, which everyone swears is the number one oil for your skin. People say it's like the best oil for just keeping wrinkles at bay, smooth, glow, all of the things. It's supposed to be amazing for your skin. So I put frankincense and patchouli, speaking of smelling, and manuka essential oil in my and then like a squirt of lotion and rub it all over my face.
Okay, no, I'm into this idea. However, I think our listeners and myself do not understand price points. So when we're talking about oils, the oils that Tracey recommends using, they're 100% pure.
Yeah.
Like our guest Jennifer.
Yeah.
So for example, different oils cost different things, and you
Yeah.
have said that frankincense is one of the most expensive ones. So what are we talking about if I want to use this every day on my face?
So it's I think it's $85
for one,
15 milliliter bottle. So there's 400 drops in there.
okay,
Okay, so there's 400 drops in a 15 milliliter bottle of oil.
okay,
So I use 2 drops
in your lotion,
a day.
okay,
So it lasts a really long time.
okay.
Now, I'm not smart enough to do the math of what it costs per drop, but I do see what it's done to my face, and I'm okay with the
Well,
expense.
I mean, people I just spent $100 on a serum that's not
Exactly.
working, you guys.
Oh, it isn't?
No.
Oh, I'm sorry. You should try the oils.
I might.
And then and patchouli is less than that. Patchouli is I think like $35 for a 15 milliliter. And manuka is a 5 milliliter, so it's the small bottle. But again, you're using so little, and I just keep it, where I do my makeup and stuff, and I don't use it for anything else. And it lasts a really, really, really long time. And you know exactly what you're putting on your skin. There's no hidden ingredients that you don't know about, and it's going right into your skin, plus all the added benefits for the rest of your body of frankincense and patchouli. I mean, that in itself is calming and stress reducing and inflammation reducing. So, and then you put it with your lotion to moisturize, and away you go.
Well, I'm a big proponent of mixing things with
You
your
do
face
love
lotion.
to mix. I know you love
My foundation.
what do we call it? Not your BB cream. It's like your Shay Shay cream.
My SB cream.
Your foundation and your
Yeah, I put a little. I
SPF.
put foundation in my SPF, and then I get a little. It's like a tinted moisturizer.
yes. And then I got into the gua sha. Does anyone do face rolling? Do you have a face roller? We talk about it. Do you have one?
No, I do not.
So I ordered a face roller for like $12 on Amazon. It promptly broke. But you get this other thing usually for free when you order your roller, which is like this flat piece of jade, and it's kind of curvy. It looks really weird. And it's called gua sha, Guasha. And it does the same thing. You kind of scrape it along your face in an upward motion. And it's supposed to bring all the collagen and kind of blood to the top and help with wrinkles and elasticity.
Yeah, I used yours when we were in DC,
Yeah, I'm
and
into
I
it.
keep forgetting to order one.
I don't know. I can't. Do you notice any remarkable difference?
Oh, your skin looks great. I mean, this is a woman who, like, every night when we'd go to sleep in the past, had like 14 dots of charcoal on her face, and your skin's been great.
Yeah, I do think the oils have helped my skin for sure.
And the hysterectomy.
And the hysterectomy.
Sure.
The hysterectomy really helped my skin.
Yeah.
But then that brings its own problems with your skin.
Yeah,
You
I'm
don't have
curious.
any.
I'm going to try the gua sha. If anyone's tried a gua sha, I want to hear from you guys.
Yeah, I just got a book. I brought it with me.
I'm sorry, you have a book about gua sha?
Well, of course I do. I buy books about everything I want to read. Look, a whole book about gua sha.
Oh my God. There's literally, how many pages is that book? It's like an
is-
80-page book about
No,
gua sha.
no. It's 170 pages.
Oh.
But the thing that I was reading is that you can
Into the
treat it. You can use it to treat you can use it as massage. So you can use it for like plantar fasciitis and neck crooks and sore muscles. It's not just for your face. Here it shows you how to use it for your hands. She's doing it under her arms. You can just gua sha everything, y'all. I'm interested to see why I use it. And like, what do these shapes mean? They're so weird.
All right. Well, gua sha it is.
I'll keep you guys posted on wow, this is really intense. You can do your spleen. I don't know. So
Okay.
gua sha.
And it's 2 words, it looks like. Guasha. Gua
Sha.
sha.
Mm-hmm.
All right, what's next?
Mom hacks for aging gracefully.
Speaking of gua sha.
Speaking of gua sha, we didn't talk about that with her, but I bet she's into it.
Well,
With
she's into dry
Jamie.
brushing, which is the, essentially, I would imagine the same sort of thing where you're like getting your blood and circulation
Lymph
going.
nodes, yeah.
Because that was her whole thing was about circulation, right? Which
Yeah.
is why the cold face washes, rinses.
Uh-huh. Yeah, I have been splashing my face with cold water in the morning. Can't quite get behind the shocking cold showers.
Yeah.
But and especially when we travel, when I splash my face with cold water, something about just time change and lack of sleep, the cold really I feel like helps
Oh,
just
God,
mentally.
just sounds so like
It's
such
brutal.
torture.
And you haven't gotten your dry brush yet.
No, I keep forgetting.
I have one, but it's such a time commitment.
Yeah, that's part of my problem.
I mean, every time I think I want to do it, I'm just like, but that could be 5 more minutes in a bathtub,
sure.
So I've opted not to. And I do like the lemon water in the morning. Warm
Yeah.
water with lemon before anything else. If
Yeah.
I can think about it, I really do like it.
Yeah, that's certainly helpful. Are there any other anti-aging type tips that we want to share with our listeners?
Well, what have you been taking? Tell us what you've been taking. It's not really anti-aging, but your supplements.
I am obsessed with Nutrafol, you guys. By the way, not that we have to say this, but none of this is sponsored
At all.
by any of these people. We just have very strong opinions
Yeah.
about things we want to share with you. I don't know if y'all, well, now it will show up in your feed.
It's showing up in everyone's feed this minute.
Nutrafol is it's a vitamin. And the reason that I was interested in it
Because it showed up in your feed.
it showed up in my feed. And I felt like as I've been getting older, I feel like my hair has been getting thinner. And I have a lot of that in my family. Like my grandmother, we actually don't talk to my grandmother, but I think she wears a wig.
Oh.
Yeah. Like I think
didn't
her
know
hair got
that.
really, really thin. And my mom has always struggled with thinning hair, even though she's gorgeous.
Mhm.
But I was becoming very self-conscious. I mean, I even think I went to the store and bought Rogaine. I never used
did?
it. Yeah, I never used it.
I wasn't for that one.
I was super scared to use it, but bought it because I was just like in a panic.
Desperate, yeah.
Never used it. But then I saw through my feed Nutrafol. But here's the thing about Nutrafol is it has all these good things like ashwagandha and like all these things that help control basically like your cortisol levels, which are the things that escalate when you're stressed.
Or exhausted or both.
And so those are the things that actually make your hair thin. So between like I think it's
interesting.
called DHE, which is
DHEA.
DHEA, which is like an aging hormone. Is it a hormone?
I don't know. We need someone on here to talk about like adrenals and like
Yeah,
all
let's
that.
get
We
Dr.
should-
Sarah.
Yeah.
So what it does is controls all of those things that lead to hair loss and lead to thinning hair, which is aging and stress, the two biggest things, by giving you all these like completely natural, awesome vitamins. And I will tell you guys that in 3 months, I was like, is this working? And by 6 months, like I have hair just like sticking straight up the top of my head because it's grown in so much. And my hairstylist, who was like, sure, Shay, whatevs, as we started it, is now like, oh my gosh, it's taking me this much longer to dye out your gray. And that there's like so much new growth on the sides and on the top. And
I took a picture when you started taking it. We should go back and find it.
and
I saved it in my favorites.
You have some real winners of me. Anyway,
Sure.
I highly recommend it. I mean, maybe it won't work for everyone, but you got to give it like 6 months. But I'm totally into it, and I think that it's balancing my hormones.
Yeah. So you bought the Nutrafol was initially created to help with female hair thinning, or is it for males
They
too?
have a male one
For
too.
hair loss, but then all of those great vitamins are helping in other areas of what you're saying. And I do think it's been helping with your periods.
Yeah, for sure. So I don't know. That's kind of my anti-aging vitamin thing right now.
You know what I love to take? Sometimes I make you take it. Is I've learned recently that none of us have enough vitamin D
Oh yeah.
in our diets. And when I was, again, a lot of this has to do with just exhaustion from us traveling so much. I was talking to my doctor, and she said you should take 5,000 MIUs, whatever the highest dosage is. Take that, not every day, but certainly a few days a week. And I will say, when I do take vitamin D, I notice my energy level is exponentially greater.
God, I need that.
You do need it. Everyone needs it. I suggest taking it in the gel, like the little oil capsules, because the ones I have now are like in a powder capsule, and they're just kind of harder to swallow, and it's a lot. But yeah, like I call it like my happy vitamin. I can absolutely tell a difference.
But you
when I
can't take it every day?
I just think that's a lot.
Well, what if you just took less but every day?
Oh, I don't know. Here's us talking, and I'm not a doctor. Maybe you could take it every day. I mean, I had my blood tested, and she's like, yeah, you're very low in vitamin D, so take this high thing.
Oh.
I just don't think about it every day, but
All
I
right,
do take
I'll
it every
report
day when
back.
we're on the road. But that's one I think that we could all use. None of us get enough vitamin D
Sure.
unless you just live in Hawaii and you're a surfer.
Right. Especially like in the winter.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting.
Vitamin D, people.
Okay.
Okay, moving on. Let's talk about our woo-woo episode with Kristen Rand and tarot cards and all that stuff.
Well, can we tell people that right after that episode, you actually called Kristen?
I did, and I had her read my cards, and it was wonderful.
Yeah.
She's really great, guys. I've never had my tarot cards read ever in my life, and she's just so lovely and kind. And it was a video chat, and it was like a mini therapy session.
Yeah, we'll link to her because she's completely reasonable and
Oh my gosh, especially. And then she like read my cards, and it was fun.
yeah.
I didn't understand it all because I don't understand tarot. It's a lot of symbolism and explanation, but I liked what she told me. It made sense at the time.
And we've told you guys before that we're into the whole like oracle card idea just because it's simple. You know, it's not as complicated as tarot, and it's just kind of something to think on for your day. I don't do it every day. I do it, I don't know, once a month or something when I remember. But I did one the other day, and it's just like one of those things where you kind of feel like no matter what card you draw, say you don't believe in this woo-woo kind of stuff, no matter what card you draw, there's just something to reflect on.
Exactly. I always say, if you're coming from a Christian perspective, it's no different than opening up Proverbs and reading a proverb, or reading a mindful meditation, or an inspirational quote from a meme. It's that same idea. It's just something to pause and reflect on.
But it is different in the sense that we're kind of trusting that the universe has sent us this message.
Well, lots of people like open the Bible and point to a verse.
Do
It's the
they?
same. Oh yeah, same idea.
And like whatever your finger lands on was God meant that for you.
Yeah, which is exactly what you shuffle the cards, and whatever one you draw is like the one you're meant to read.
Interesting.
We stumbled across Oracle decks. I think we kind of knew what they were, but we were together in Portland before a show, and we actually had a day to kind of see the city, which we never get to do. And we found this Oracle deck in this cute store. This, I don't know what it was called, but and you bought it
The Wild Unknown Animal Spirit deck and guidebook,
by Kim Kranz.
who apparently is this. I mean, the illustrations are gorgeous.
Oh my gosh.
But I think she's done a lot of kind of spiritual decks and things like that.
I think she has a tarot deck too.
So this is her animal spirit deck. It's really pretty and such a lovely thing to kind of start your venture into the Oracle card world.
Yeah, so you draw a card, and then it's like it has an animal associated with it, and then it relates the animal's personality and different traits to wherever you are at in your own life, and then it tells you when you're in balance, when you're out of balance, and how to bring that aspect back into balance.
Okay,
So it's
we're gonna do one right
Oh, we're
now.
gonna do one. Okay, let's do it.
Yeah. Okay, let's do one for do you want to do it? We remember we had Kristen do one for the Pump and Dump show before.
Oh, right.
So should we do that again, just like for us? Okay. And there's all these like beautiful illustrations. So they say to kind of like look at it and kind of take them in and kind of like just kind of notice them and just create a kind of nice positive vibe. And I'm just going to shuffle them up, and then I'm going to have Tracey cut the deck, and then I'm going to draw the card that after her cut.
Okay.
Hold on. There's no room on our podcast table. All right, here we go. Ooh, the oyster.
Ooh, the oyster.
This is oyster. Patient, secret keeper, hiding inner treasures. The focus and determination of the oyster is unmatched. Anything an oyster personality puts their mind to, they achieve with grace and charm. The only problem is, oyster types often take their inner gifts for granted. They become shy or doubtful, and this can lead to withdrawing or protecting their deepest desires in life's work. When the oyster card appears, it's important to reveal your inner treasures. What is it that you've been hesitant to share? The world is waiting to see. When in balance, feels blessed, generous, masterful. When out of balance, reluctant, gripping, quote, clams up. To bring into balance, share something. All right.
Okay. We'll have to think about what our inner talents are that we're not sharing with the world.
See, that wasn't so scary, you guys.
Is it my gua shaing? You want me to gua sha on video?
I'm pretty sure you haven't been reluctant to share your gua sha.
Good point. Maybe it's my hair. Maybe that's what I had to share today is my hairy friend.
I'm pretty upset about it. Okay, so that now you all know how to do it. So don't be intimidated if you pick yourself up a little deck.
Shayna. Yeah, so that's the deck. What else did we learn from Kristen's episode?
Okay, so let's talk about baths.
Oh, yes. Baths, speaking of self-care, have become a very important part of our lives recently.
They really are.
I wonder, is it because we're getting older and I'm just achy? Or do we... I don't know.
Well, I have to say that after discussing baths the last time we talked about baths on this show, you guys, I even forget who our guest was, but I somehow revealed how guilty I feel going upstairs for those 20 minutes. And you were just kind of like, Shay, go take your bath.
Right.
And I've had that mentality ever since. And I've been really forcing myself to go and take that time. And it's been super transformative.
Yeah.
I take a little hit off the vape pen, which now I have to keep upstairs because my kids are older. I don't know. I mean, we discussed this on the CBD episode, but like, I don't know why I don't just tell them about weed. But I haven't. I feel weird
we're
about
not there
it.
yet.
So I just take a little hit, and then I make my bath like super hot, like so hot that I'm going to sweat everything out, which kind of takes the place of my desire for sauna. And then I put whatever oils Tracey has made me.
So she uses them recreationally, except when I just give her oils and tell her to use them.
Yeah, no, I need it because you make me the mixes. So I put the oils in, and then I get in the bath. And lately I've been taking my kids' little like lantern upstairs that they use when they read in bed at night. And then I put it behind me, and I can sit there and I can read a book. Or I just breathe. and I just kind of oil up and breathe and move around a little bit.
I love it.
And it kind of affects everything.
Are you doing it every night?
No,
But a few times a week?
definitely a few times a week.
Yeah, I'm not there yet.
But to my good fortune, my bath is upstairs, like away from the rest of the house. So our bedroom is upstairs and everything else is downstairs. Even the kids' bedrooms are downstairs. So it's just like a total place for me to be like, all right, family, I love you all. I will be back in 20 minutes.
Oh, so you do it when they're still awake?
Yes.
I always thought you were waiting till after the kids were asleep. And by that point, I just want to go to bed.
Exactly.
Yeah. So that's why I haven't been doing it.
No, I'll do it. I'll try to find a little 20-minute window at
I love
some point.
that.
Sometimes I do it when they're asleep, but that's, it's not definitely not on a Game of Thrones night or, a night that Chris and I are like hanging out. Cause that time is precious too.
Yeah. I've been journaling a lot more. I don't know if this goes with Kristen's episode, but just maybe back to our
woo-woo
and self-care. But I have been writing a lot more than I ever have since I was in college. And to the woo, I have found that journaling on a new moon or a full moon is kind of a good way, if you forget about it for a couple weeks, to it's like a good time for reflection when there's a full moon or a new moon. And I keep telling you about it. I found this thing. Her Instagram account is Golden Glow Sam, and she has this monthly club. It's $11.11 a month, and she'll send you a whole journal download for every new moon that tells you about where the moon is in the cosmos. And I don't really understand all that, but also just like different things to think about, different intentions, different, as the seasons change, just different mindsets. And it's kind of it's like I do that, I take a bath, and then I do that.
It's nice.
on a
I'm
Saturday
too critical
morning.
of my own handwriting to write in a journal.
I think you have the best handwriting.
No, I don't write fast enough for my brain. Like I have to type if I'm going to journal, and then it's just
so
like
interesting.
too computery.
I mean, you can mine's like barely legible because I do the same thing. You just can't think about it.
I know. I just feel let go of it. But that is essentially my problem in many ways.
It really does sort of sum you up.
I don't know what to say.
I don't know. What would the Oyster card say?
I don't know.
Let it out.
Would it?
I don't know. Is that a hidden talent?
Clamming up.
Okay, well, that is a little recap of some of our 25 previous episodes. We want to thank you guys so much for joining this journey with us. Clearly, we're new at podcasting, but we've just been loving it so much, and we appreciate all the feedback and notes, and we love it when you love something. We love it when you hate something we talk about, and please, for the sake of self-preservation, leave a review on Apple Podcasts or a rating. It would help us a lot to get the word out there.
And let us know too. I mean, we have guests a lot, and then we have episodes like this. Do you hate this?
Yeah,
Do you
let
like
us know
this?
what you like.
Are you like, shut up, Shayna and Tracey, and bring me somebody who has more information than you? Or are you into it?
Yeah, but we're into you. So thank you so much.
This week's episode is brought to you by Sarah O Jewelry. Sarah O is a Denver-based fine jewelry company with a storefront location on Tennyson Street in Northwest Denver, and she just opened her brand new location in the renowned Dairy Block in downtown Denver. They have gorgeous gemstones, rough-cut diamonds, and do amazing custom pieces. If you don't follow them on Instagram, you absolutely should. Her stuff is stunning and all ethically sourced. We love Sarah O. We wear her jewelry every day. And you can also shop online at saraojewelry.com. She's also a presenting sponsor for this year's Mother's Day Eve show at the Paramount Theater.
We are on tour. We
got a tour
We're on
update.
Tour update.
Tour update.
Heading to Salem and Modesto this
week.
week. Whoop, whoop. Then we go to Dallas and San Antonio, Texas. We love you so hard, and we've been there a million times, and we don't know why there's still tickets available to these shows. Is something happening in Texas that we don't know?
Well, there were some technical glitches. Let's be honest.
You know what? They're right. You're right.
And if you've had trouble buying tickets to the San Antonio show or the Dallas show, please write us and let us know, because there's been some difficulty. The first difficult thing that happened was they accidentally canceled.
All of those tickets we sold in Dallas just canceled everything.
But then obviously it's not canceled. So then they tried to get everybody to rebuy tickets,
which is so irritating.
then they had trouble doing it.
Yeah.
Anyway, we're at the House of Blues in Dallas.
Yes. And then we're at the Aztec Theater in San Antonio. Both gorgeous, fun theaters. We're in Dallas on May 2nd, in San Antonio on May 3rd. So come join us. Spread the word. If you don't live in Texas but know people there, please let them know about our show. It's going to be super fun. Then we go to the infamous Gold Country Casino in Oroville, California, that same trip. Then after that is our Mother's Day Eve show, which you guys have been hearing about, and dance party, which is going to be super, super fun.
7th year.
It's becoming truly a Denver tradition. We'll be giving away Sarah O jewelry throughout the show, which is just worth its price in a ticket right there. So we have a chance to win that.
You guys, honestly, you must. We're not just saying this because they're our sponsor, but like you must follow her on Instagram.
I only want Sarah O jewelry for the rest of my life.
Like,
That's all I want.
We're not joking.
She is. And if there could have been, if there's a nicer person, more wonderful and talented and amazing than Sarah, please show me who she is, because
she's amazing.
That's why the business is so great.
She made me a ring for one of our shows last year, and I wear it every day.
Every day.
And I cannot tell you the amount of people who stop me and compliment my ring.
Same with my earrings that she made me. I wear them all the time, and men are like, "Your earrings are really pretty." I mean, who says stuff like that?
Like, you're creepy.
I know. And you guys, so our Parentally Incorrect tour ends in June. Our last 3 stops of the year are in St. Paul, Minnesota, Madison, Wisconsin, and Milwaukee, Wisconsin, June 6th, 7th, and 8th. So that's coming up right around the corner. I cannot believe that June is like a little over a month away.
And before that is Omaha and Des Moines.
And then we're going back to Omaha and Des Moines, 2 shows per night. So we have 2 Friday night shows at the Omaha Funny Bone, and then 2 Saturday night shows at the Des Moines Funny Bone. So that's going to be really fun. And then right after Mother's Day is Huntington, New York, which is Long Island area at the Paramount there.
I heard it was a super cute little town too.
I'm excited. So we're doing 2 Paramount theaters in a row. I literally just realized that.
I know, it's
back
totally
to back.
weird. Yeah.
So our tour is coming to an end, but we still have so many fun shows. I mean, so many shows.
I'm like,
getting
it's
a little
not
nervous.
really coming to an end at all. It's just
Well,
starting.
it's going to go quick. So please come out and see us. Tickets to the Pump It Up Show are absolutely a fantastic Mother's Day gift. So if you don't know what to get your own mother-in-law or your sister-in-law, or if you get Mother's Day gifts for your friends or a new mom who just, you want to give a little something special to, tickets to the Pump It Up Show are perfect. Give them a night out. Tell your motherfuckers you want tickets too.
And join our Band of Mothers Facebook group. It's a super awesome, safe space. And honestly, like we've had guests on the show and then told them about the group, and then they message us and are like, "This is my favorite
The best
thing."
group.
Yeah.
Someone just posted some sort of cleaning solution that she says absolutely cleans puke like out of car seats and the smell and everything.
What?
I know that's the stuff that goes on in the Band of Mothers group. It's very helpful.
Super helpful.
We will talk to you guys next week.